Hey guys, and in today's video, we have a lot to talk about for recapping semis and going into grands. First of all, I have a big announcement for this video, and going forward, I will only be recapping NA and not both EU and NA. So for dual cash cups, I might just put the top 5s on EU, but I just don't have a lot of storylines since I only follow NA and I also live in NA. So I'm sorry if you guys some of you guys were EU supporters, but if something really big happens, I will definitely recap that. But moving forward, it's only NA from now on. So to recap semis, there were 2 rounds of upper bracket where the game winners would automatically qualify to grands if they got a win. So the 5 game winners on day 1 were Dukes and Sphinx, Bryce X and Bolts, Adriers and Rise, Peterbot and Pollo, and Aviv and Booga. On day 2, our 5 game winners were Shadow and Virgo, Ritual and Reet, Batman Booga and Rapid, Tayson and Iamzo, and Acorn and Qualed. These 10 teams qualified before day 3, so now I want to talk about a team that actually absolutely destroyed the competition. Mr. Savage and Mongraal, they absolutely dominated. This is Mongraal's next prime. So on day 1, they started off in lower bracket, and they got 3 wins in a row. Their first 3 games they won. And they had an absolutely crazy game history. So they did this against the top 200 teams on the region. Then they qualified to upper bracket on day 2 and crushed that too. The best of the best. They got first place if you don't count the game winners, since they get 1,000 points for a win. So they got 6th, but if you really want to count it as a first, you could. Then they easily qualified to grands on the 3rd day, getting a 10th in upper bracket out of 25. I believe they have a crazy shot, and it's actually a really high percentage at calling the LAN. At the beginning of the season, they didn't start off too well. They barely qualified to dual cash cups, and now they're just demolishing top players. So I will be really excited to see them and how they perform in grands. I will now say every team that qualified to grands. Sorry if your favorite team didn't qual, but most of our big name teams did qual. Sadly, Bucky, Cease, and a few others didn't qual, sadly. I know Mackward and Blake didn't qual, and Mackward and Blake Mackward and Blake are both really OGs since like the World Cup days. And they've qualified to almost every grands, and now they missed out, which is really sad. Bucky, on the other hand, he didn't qual to a single grands this entire chapter, while he qualified to Global's last chapter. So it's very frustrating, and I feel bad for all these teams who did not qual. So our best 50 teams in grands are Dukes and Sphinx, Bryce X Bolts, Adriers Rise, Peterbot and Pollo, Aviv Booga, Shadow Virgo, Ritual Reet, Batman Booga Rapid, Tayson Iamzo, Acorn Qualed, Alex Worthy, Raise Curly, Pink Marrow, Victory Papered, Yapko Quanti, Clicks Veno, DK Iron, Nerface Side, Fluto Statics, Mongraal Mr. Savage, Seek Dash, Vax Cirque, Herc Will, Kylie Vert, Noisy Tony, Chaos Chance, Sand Hazard, Kanata Cooper, Dynamic, Evol, Baka, Pars, Doll, Nat, Npen Pump, Flow, Sigma, G Money, Reciprocal, Day, Sprite, Source, Profi, Skittles, Chubs, Trashy, Threats, Tavern, TK, Shore, Zypha, Antonio, Z-Link, Noxy, Crisp, Muzz, Epic Will, Death, Edgy, Mordecai, Rigby, Ivan, Flappy, Blaha, Mixin, Zex's, Klar, Vortec, Paco, and finally Oliver, OG, and Craze. After going over this list, I realized there are so many teams that I don't know and a lot of other players don't know. So I'm not saying anyone is cheating on this list for now, but this is pretty suspicious. a lot of these players, it's their first time in Grands, even like one of the first tournaments they've ever played. So this list is not final, and if there are changes, I will tell you guys. And hopefully, maybe if any of these teams get banned, other teams can come in. So maybe your favorite team could still be playing in Grands even when they didn't qual. So now I'll talk about this new Surge meta and how it's kind of like cheating and very broken if you land near cactus spawn. The average Surge threshold in semis was a whopping 1,500 damage that a team needed to deal in order not to get hit with Storm Surge. It will be even higher in Grands, which is absolutely crazy. The Surge threshold is now high because if you land near a cactus, you can easily trade Surge with other teams without worrying about your HP, since you can just use the cactus to heal full back up. So all your heals are saved, and now you have a bunch of free Surge. So this is kind of like teaming and unfair in a way. And the mid game is super boring now, since everyone's just making huge Surge towers on and just trading Surge and then going with the cactus. And it's very unfair to a lot of the teams that don't land near cactuses, because they actually have to do that much damage without getting hit and try not to get hit by other players. And it's very annoying, and that's why a lot of these pros, a lot of the other teams didn't qual, because it's just so much Surge you need to do. I don't even get how people do 1,500 damage just by trading from other players. It's just crazy. So I saw Kanata and Cooper clip. They were doing a strat where when they knock someone, they would just keep them alive using a cactuses and get infinite Surge, because they land near 3 cactuses, so they can just infinitely heal. Just look at this clip.
Really? No, we're camping his car the entire game. They don't understand it.
Keep pickaxing?
Yeah, no, I'm waiting. I'm gonna get one more.
You got one more, and you got one more pickaxe.
No, just wait. Just make sure.
I'm gonna shoot him back or no?
No, just let him. We're gonna sit here forever. Hold his body. I'm holding his body.
Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video, and I'll try to make my prediction video for Grand soon, so I will see you all in the next video. Peace.